This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, March 31st, 2015. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, we have a trough swinging through the Great Lakes in the northeast, another coming into the north and west, a ridge in between the two, and that's bringing us some sunny weather today again. Highs will be mainly in the 60s to lower 70s across the state, with mainly sunny skies. Any precipitation will be well off to our east, a little bit to our south, and off to our west as well. But another storm system is going to be taking shape as we move toward Wednesday. You can see that here, a low pressure up in Canada, cold front swinging through the plain states, could trigger some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Some could be strong to severe, with damaging wind and large hail likely the main threats. And then that will sweep through the state Wednesday night. And then during the day on Thursday, the first half of the day could see some showers and maybe a thunderstorm in our eastern counties pulling away. Skies will slowly clear. Highs will be down into the 50s and 60s as we move into Thursday and then here on Friday. Friday could see a few more clouds in our southern counties with this system over the Mid-South and the Tennessee River Valley. Otherwise, some partly to mostly sunny skies elsewhere, but it will be cooler. Highs in the 50s across the state or some low 60s. And then as we move into the weekend here on Saturday, it looks to be rather benign. Frontal system along the east coast down into far south Texas. A little bit of precipitation in the Great Lakes and some over the north and west. Pretty dry elsewhere across the country. However, as we move into Easter, you can see the GFS has been off and on wanting to put a little bit of precipitation in around Easter morning in our northeastern counties and then swinging eastward. The Gulf begins to open up as well, and this will be ahead of the next storm that's going to be coming in on Monday here. You can see that could bring another chance of some showers and thunderstorms across the state. It's too early to determine if there'll be any severe weather, but it's something we'll certainly look at in the coming days as well. Going into next Tuesday, now we have a trough over the west and a bit of a flat ridge over the Gulf of Mexico and Florida. System is moving in, and that's the system we've been speaking of. That's going to bring the threat of some rain, at least through the first half of the day next Tuesday, swinging out of the state at that time. And it looks like some cooler conditions are possible as we move into the middle of next week, but that doesn't look to last very long. Because as we move into the extended period, on April 11th, we have pretty much a system over the middle part of the country, but the main jet stream looks to be well to our north at this point. And with that system over the middle part of the country, that means we're probably going to see a storm system, at least maybe close by. Better chances of precipitation look to be across the Gulf Coast states. Could be some showers and thunderstorms there, more isolated up toward our neck of the woods, up in Minnesota, Iowa, and the Plain states. And then as we move to the end of the forecast, tax day, April 15th. Trough over the west, a ridge over the east, which is the antithesis of what we saw this past winter, where it was a ridge over the west and a trough over the east. So this is something new. It's also going to mean that the warm temperatures are going to pretty much stay in place for the first week or so, or maybe first 2 weeks of April. Storm system off to our west, quite wet and maybe a little bit snowy in the far upper reaches of the mountains, fairly dry in the northeast. Satellite image from last evening, you had a disturbance moving through the Great Lakes, cold front well off the east coast, disturbance over the southwest. That's going to bring some of our active weather midweek along with this storm over the north and west. When we take a look at the watch warning map from last evening, it was fairly quiet. Some red flag warnings in Montana, Wyoming, some dense fog advisories around Duluth, some frost advisories over western North Carolina up in the mountains, and elsewhere it was fairly quiet at this point. But if you look now at the QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Saturday evening at 7 o'clock showing it will not be very quiet. It will be very rainy. A lot of rain across the Ohio River Valley, around 1 to 2 inches. Around here, maybe about a half to 1 inch with some isolated heavier totals.